Welcome back to the Humble Healer podcast with Dr. Quang Lei, family physician. Today we'll talk about sex. Good or great sexual relationship with your partner is a very important part of that relationship. So, not talking about that, I think we're missing a big part of that. This is the lessons that I've learned. I'm not claiming to be any sex expert. Ultimately, I am a student and will always be a student of life. But I do like to share the life lessons that I have learned since that is my interest and passion. And of course, these lessons are mainly geared toward providing more sexual pleasure for your female partners. So it certainly does not apply to all the relationships out there. And if you listen to this series about sexual health, please teach me and our community with your input after you subscribe to the channel and share with your spouses. For the female audience, you are welcome to provide inputs and feedbacks for us so that we can all learn. And also share with your male hubbies or boyfriends so that you can hopefully help them become better lovers that can bring you more satisfaction. It's a win-win. These are the lessons that, to help anyone that have any interest in learning how to improve their ability to connect and provide sexual pleasure um, for their female partners. For me, anyway, sexual relationship is a good reflection of the whole relationship of happy wife, happy life, or any long-term relationship. You think about a man that can get turned on like a light switch, but the woman is completely different. It's more like a dimmer, and it takes time for them to build up the sexual energy to engage in a deeper sexual interaction. You cannot rush. Another comparison or analogy that someone told me was like warming up a car. You have to wait for the car to warm up. It takes time, but it is actually a lot better than warming up a car because the process of warming up is also very enjoyable, if not more than just getting to the destination, as we will talk about later. And also, we talk about in our partner relationship, a lot of guys complain that a lot of times the wife's not in the mood, this and that. And if you put yourself in their position, a lot of times if they come home from work and the house is dirty, the dishes in the sink, the kids need to be fed, trust me, nobody will want to be, or nobody will be in the mood in those situations, especially after working a long shift at work. So even to have any chance and to help yourself, if you want to be together with your partners, get the house in order, get it clean, get the kids tucked in, fed, shower, ready for bed. So when your spouse get home, then it's much more likely to happen. Then they can just sit back and relax and enjoy time with you, no matter what you decide to do together. This applies when, especially for the nurses I work with, medical assistants, we work long shift, 12 hours, and a lot of time the guys will be the one getting home first. So that's why that could be something that they could do to help out. The idea is that they should be doing this anyway, even without expecting anything from their spouses, for their female partners. You do this because you're helping out, because you're a good guy, you're a good husband, boyfriend, fiance. An important part of any partner relationship and having a fulfilling, physically intimate relationship can improve both personal and partner overall relationship. As you can see in the multiple benefits that I will list down here, most of my online teachers are urologists, female urologists mostly, or sex educators, whose main interest is to teach the female perspectives and psychology when it comes to sexual intimacy. They share what women want and desire in their partners, and most women are too timid or shy to express what brings them the most pleasure and excitement. So perhaps we should take interest in learning about what may or may not work to improve our connection with our female partners in the bedroom. The biggest key is communication, since not every female partner is the same, and that is where feedback is so important. But the key is to establish trust and safety with your partners before trying new things. So let's start with the benefits of a healthy sexual relationship for marriage or any other long-term relationship. Emotional and relational benefits. This increases emotional intimacy. Sexual intimacy is directly linked to greater affection, warmth, and compassion between partners. It also builds trust and connection. The vulnerability involved in sex can create a deeper emotional connection. Trust built on a unique and intimate part of the relationship. It also enhances relationship satisfaction. Couples who have regular sex often report higher level of relationship satisfaction. Sex also acts as a form of communication. It can be a way for partners to express love, affection, and a sense of closeness. It can be a catalyst for talking about needs and desires. For physical and mental health benefits, it reduces stress and improves mood. Sex release endorphins and other hormones that can lower stress, reduce anxiety, and boost mood. It improves cardiovascular health, including sexual activities. Sexual activity is associated with better heart health and can help lower blood pressure. Strengthen the immune system. Some studies suggest that regular sexual activity may lead to a stronger immune response. Offers pain relief. The endorphin released during sex can act as a natural painkiller and may help with chronic pain. It leads to better sleep. A healthy sex life can contribute to improved sleep quality. When you think about sex and overall wellness, it's linked because they both are a product of an active rest and digest or parasympathetic nervous system, as I talked about in the past. Think about fight or flight. That is having active fight or flight system will be in the mood to have any sexual desire. It just doesn't happen. For that to happen, you have to be in a rest and digest mode. To be in a rest and digest mode, you need to work on it every day. Not only it can bring more sexual desire, put you in a better mood, improve sexual health, but all other aspects of health. So same message here is to invest in your wellness, invest in your well-being, mentally, spiritually, and you'll build better sexual connection with your spouses. So next, I'd like to talk about sexual stages. So that way we can refer about the different stages of the sexual cycles in the later part of the talk or the next part of the series. And the first stage is desire, which is the initial stage of sexual interest. This is when we start expressing desire and basically we are in the mood to engage in sexual activities. And we'll talk more about this in a later part of the talk. Excitement is when arousal begins and the body prepares for sexual activity. Physical changes include increased heart rate and blood flow to the genitals. Plateau, when the excitement phase intensifies and the body's response are heightened, leading to orgasm. And orgasm is the climax of the sexual response, involving intense physical and emotional pleasure and release. Resolution, the body returns to its pre-arousal state. It is time for relaxation and recovery, and men enter a refractory period where they cannot be aroused again. And depending on health and age, this can last longer or shorter, and usually shorter for a younger age group. So I have asked several of my male acquaintances and friends this question, and it stumped almost all, if not all of them, since they sort of knew it was not the obvious. The question was what they thought was the most important primary female sexual organ. And of course we all thought it could be the female genitals, but they didn't know. what it was. It's actually the female brain is the most important female sexual organ. So that's why it's important to have a good emotional connection with your spouse or partners in order to have a fulfilling and healthy or satisfying sexual relationship. The key is that once you learn to be mindful and interested, then you are already a better sexual lover than most out there. Again, no comparison. It's all about the best that you can be. And it's okay to go is to bring tons of excitement to this fun part of any relationship. And also remember that this is not about how you perform or your performance, but more importantly, it is how you connect with your partner, what you have done, how mindful are you, and how interested are you with your partner's psychology and response is a lot more important than focusing on your performance. And ironically, not focusing on your performance will improve your performance. You're both an important part of this erotic journey. So when you focus away from your performance and more on your partner, the performance will improve. And once the connection is established and you are invested in becoming the best lover that you can be, you will not be able to stop thinking about the next time you get together. How to build anticipation. Anticipation helps release dopamine. It can be more rewarding sometimes than the event itself. Building up the tension even before with gentle touch or suggestive text before getting together, and being able to mentally connect with your partners can enhance both your sensual experience even before you get together. Give your partner specific compliments to her. Express excitement about being together, and everything has to be genuine and come straight from your heart. Tell them how much you have been looking forward to getting together. Important things like that, even before you get together, will enhance your connection. I will talk more about the next phases and tips and strategies to improve and sexual satisfaction in both partners in the next episode or next part of this series. Please give me feedback or comments about what you have found to be working and not working in your sexual relationship with your partners. Thank you so much, and please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and share. Take care and have a good day, and also have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.